The Pale is not an ESO yet.
That's true.
They've made some changes. You know, remember that graphical rework they were talking about? We're just getting to test it early.
Oh man. Where do I go? What race do I?
Just feel what else? You know you want to.
I do. Gosh, they're ugly in Skyrim.
Oh yeah, they are.
Jeez.
I don't even remember what made me want to play an orc back in the day, because, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I've been, like... I think I might have been a Dark Elf. Or a Nord. Maybe it was just a Nord. Okay, here we go. To the X.
Those two at it again?
To the snuggles.
Watch the eyes.
To the photos.
Oh.
Tree show.
Where did you come in? I was trying to kill you.
Live.
Just keep swinging.
We are a lot older.
I don't know. These guards are on fire.
I'll see you burn.
Oh,
You think you stand a
I killed
chance?
another Stormcloak. I suck at this. I mean, I'm doing great. Friendly fire. But the fire ends up not being friendly because fire burns everyone equally.
I just said pre-show tree show is live, but we are a lot colder.
Going to enjoy killing
Better
you.
rock guide.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, what's over here?
I'm just watching a fist fight in your Basker.
Wow.
Oh, somebody's
I'll
trying
sort
to
of curse you.
No, I was looking for a place to sit down.
Oh, it's like, is she gonna become a werewolf?
This is
Or
what you
does
want,
she-
huh? You're pathetic.
It's just I've seen a lot of reviews and stuff on. Oh, how did I just? Oh, I'm hungry. Okay.
think you
A lot of
stand
the
a
reviews and
chance?
stuff on Avowed and
I'll sort of
about
curse
how
you.
it's just all the NPCs are just kind of stale and stagnant, motionless, just standing there. And I walk in here in this old
Give up while you
Skyrim
still
game, and
can.
people are just punching each other, and people are observing this brawl in the middle of the.
Going to enjoy killing you.
Meanwhile, ladies up here just sweeping the floor.
I don't know. Oh, well, you have a much more chill time than I am, because I am setting spiders on fire. How's your character creation going over there?
Terrible because I'm doing our social media really quick.
Okay.
But it should, I think, be done.
I was
Haven't seen your face before.
I was hoping to
watching
just
you.
find somewhere to sit down that would be quiet, but I don't own a house or anything yet on this character, so. How about here? Okay, close the door. Close the door. There's a bed. Somebody owns it.
Yeah,
don't
the
need-
innkeeper.
I don't need the bed. I just need to sit in the chair. This'll work. Maybe.
It's so weird watching something in first person when I'm so used to
I
third
think
in ESO.
Accidentally killed
You
the
can
guy
switch.
who's supposed to help me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you can.
How did I accidentally
R3.
kill the guy who was supposed to
At
help?
least I does it on mine.
Whoops. I've never done that before. Alright. Ew. Oops.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go Nord.
You know, it's the superior Nord race. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That's not a Nord accent.
Imperial.
Ooh, you could do Imperial. Oh,
Wait,
he's
you
fine.
have,
He's
you
right here.
do you own Imperial? You have to pay extra for that, right? Oh, wait. No, you don't.
Do I want to enable survival mode? Is survival mode fun?
It
No.
adds a
I'm being
layer.
told no.
It
and
adds.
being
I
told
have it
no.
on right
I
now.
will not do survival mode.
I have it on now. I'm
Not
pretty
for
sure.
streaming. I was told that's a horrible decision.
Oh, are we live now?
Oh, we are.
There we go. I'll go pull that up.
Heroes don't need to sleep. We don't need no survival mode.
That's right.
You have to eat and everything too.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it-
nope.
It gives the food a point because otherwise it's like you can just not use food ever.
I'm just gonna pick flyer. That's not very entertaining.
It's so weird. I forgot about all the war paint.
Nope. Sorry.
So whenever everyone's ready, I can easily just run around and keep talking.
Be glad
And
you're
go
here
through our
to
shit.
see the inside.
Okay. Gosh, I forgot how.
Wow, it's
ugly these
Kratos.
are. I'm getting close. Sorry.
It's okay. You're fine.
Why is my nose so long?
Well, you can change it.
I am, but
Look at those views.
whoa.
Yep.
The noses are so weird in this game.
Mage. We're gonna be a warrior. Ah, we got a trophy. We're blessed.
Did you start a new game, Gwen?
I did. I did, because I don't have the fancy expansions, and I had been playing my husband on my husband's account, and those have the fancy expansions, so I'm playing without the fancy expansions, which is I'm like, ooh, trophies, because I've never had those before.
Oh yeah, if you turn mods on, you disable trophies.
Oh yeah, the mods are really, really fun, so we're playing without mods. We're basic today. Doesn't feel basic though, this is actually very pretty. Looking at the mountain up there. Almost walking into the woods instead of following the road. What hit me? Oh, puppies. Die, puppy. I mean, it's a wolf. It's not a puppy. It's a wolf. It is actively trying to kill me.
Just got one shot by a giant.
Oh, did you
As
just get
you do.
beat?
Did you get sent into the Skyrim space program?
No, because I think he hit me down.
Oh.
I walked around. I saw the one giant at the camp, and I was like, okay. And then I walked a little further along. I saw a chest. I was like, can I open that? And when I walked over there, there was another giant I didn't see, and I didn't get away in time. And he just smacked me and flattened me.
Can't remember. You can't rotate the eyes in this, right?
I don't know. We need to find out if we are live. Says we are. Yep. Okay.
Trouble?
This lady does not trust me.
Somebody left this gate open. Their cows are going to get out.
Uh-oh.
gate's open. There's just cows wandering around there. We can get out.
Supplies. Give me supplies. Bread. Cheese. Excellent.
You know,
I
one
don't
of my
need
favorite
a ring.
mods is the ring of
There we go.
infinite carry weight.
That is a horrible mod.
No, it eliminates all my inventory problems.
Alright. We're gonna go to the Sleeping Giant Inn.
Is that outside of White
We're
Road?
just gonna keep walking along the road.
Sleeping Giant, the one outside of White Road.
It is the one in Riverwood, aka the first inn you come across, aka a chair where I can sit and read show notes.
You just have to be mindful if there's people walking around that talk to you, because they'll interrupt you.
Alright.
You lost?
Welcome.
Whatever you do.
I'm the
Jeez,
owner
make
and
people's
proprietor of
chins
Hunting
look
Grove
weird.
Meadery.
There's this bard right next to me who's just like, yep, I'm gonna sing on a flute. I'm gonna play a flute. And now I'm just gonna magically poof a lute. And I do mean magically. There was no lute. Not nearby, not on his person, and all of a sudden, poof, a lute.
Okay. I'm to hair at least now. Gosh, they have big foreheads in this game.
Alright, yep, we're gonna start. Never you want to start us in.
Alright. Are you ready, Katie?
Sure.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not in a Snugpod Cast. We are a Snugpod Cast, but we're just not in the Snugpod tonight. We have been
We're
kicked
not even
out.
in the second era.
We are a lot of years in the future.
Yes, we are using some Psijic Mages Guild.
We got isekai to
culminations of-
Skyrim.
Yeah, we got kicked out. Tamriel, second era, said leave us alone for the night, and we said okay. So we are currently in Skyrim, in
Yep.
various locations, and
Yep.
that's where we're gonna hang out tonight. I'm Never Separate, and you are hearing two other wonderful voices there. That is Gwen the Bard. What's up?
I am currently chilling at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood. Just escaped a dragon.
Nice.
How about you?
I'm in, I think it's Hunting Brew Meadery, right outside of Whiterun. I snuck upstairs so they wouldn't talk to me, because I wanted to be a little antisocial. And I brought Lydia along to be my bodyguard to make sure that people don't mess with me while I'm trying to chat. So, yeah. How about you, Crazy?
I'm currently awaiting a dragon's arrival because I've just left the cart and named my character.
Hey, at least you finally finished designing your character.
I did. So, yeah. I'm just to the part where they said, what was
You're not
that? And they
supposed to
said,
be
it was
here.
nothing. Carry on. Well, they're about to be in for a big surprise.
Last warning. Leave now.
So back in the second era, what were we all doing?
Guards!
What has everyone
Trespasser!
actually been up to?
Never?
Not a ton, honestly. I got on last night, and I was
Hey, watch what you're doing.
gosh, what did I even do? I don't think I really did much of anything. I think I just hopped on to see what the the new I'm blanking. The not Endeavors. The other thing.
Golden Pursuit?
That one.
I'm going to find whoever did this.
Yeah, that one. I'm sorry, I'm distracted because Lydia just killed somebody because they were trying to run me off.
Well, I'm about to put my head on the chopping block, so.
Yeah. Anyway, I hopped on to do that, and that was basically it. I've just not been in game much this week, last couple of weeks, really. So, yeah. Yeah, go ahead if you've been up to more. I'm sure you have at least a little bit.
I'm currently getting attacked by a dragon. Gwen, do you want to tell him what you've been up to?
So I got 7 new sky shards today, and now have every single damn sky shard in that game. I went on a mission this morning, and I did things I did not expect, and invaded the Ebonheart Pact and Daggerfall Covenant bases, and I got sky shards. I got up there, and I'm like, you know what? All right, Guar, we're gonna do this. Beatrice, are you ready? If anyone, Daedroth, Honor, if anyone shows up, you gotta kill them for me, okay? You just distract them. You don't have to kill it, just distract them. And we ran like hell. And then we got them. And now I have every sky shard in the game. And that's amazing. And I had a shiny sky shard furnishing to show everyone in the Snugpod. And yeah, that's not happening.
Nice.
Not tonight, anyway. And we also, I forget what night this past week it was. Was it Monday? Was it 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? I don't know. Time. We're in the 4th era right now. Time's weird. But me and 3 other of our Lore Seeker PlayStation Guildy friends, we were all in a group, and we queued. For me, it was the first one I've ever done. First group queued Battleground.
Ooh.
And we dominated. Like, we slaughtered, specifically JT did a lot of slaughtering. We slaughtered the other team.
That's awesome.
We won by a huge landslide, and I got a shiny new rug. I've never actually gotten one of the Battleground furnishings before, so that was also amazing. It has been a very eventful Slaughterfest week for me.
Cool.
Yep.
So I did do a couple battlegrounds. That's what it was that I did when I logged in. I forgot that that event was going on. So, my bad.
Now that your head's still attached, what happened to you?
My head is still attached, and I'm following this guard, getting everything set on fire. Gosh, I forgot how intense the beginning of Skyrim is.
Yes, Helgen is on fire.
Yes, Helgen is on fire. Well, I am part way to the baby ram for the gathering thing on PC. I have been running Cyrodiil. Did Cyrodiil this afternoon with some of the PC side of Lore Seekers, because they do Cyrodiil Sundays. And I started it on PlayStation, but have a little further to go than currently on PC to get to it. But I did have a busy week because I actually spent most of the week kind of offline because Minwee Pro is actually down here visiting in person. So we went around and did a lot of RL stuff and hung out, and yeah, so I was out of game for quite a bit of the week. I noticed that the moose, that's the double mount, is back in the store, and I'm super tempted to buy that. I keep looking at it, but haven't actually bought it yet.
Are you prepared to die?
However, I did buy the beehives that were at the furnishing vendor this weekend, and apparently I just really like anything that's I don't know, beehives or glowy butts or anything that animates and flies around, I guess. I don't know.
So the beehives have actual bees.
Yeah, they actually do. They're animated and they like buzz around it or whatever. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It was mostly a week of kind of offline stuff. Sorry, this dude keeps saying, "Let's cut you loose. Let's cut you loose." Because I got into
The guy
there.
next to me has literally just magically popped out a drum now. Just poof, the loot turned into a drum.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's mostly been a crazy kind of offline sort of week, but I am working on the Golden Pursuits actively, and yeah, I'm sure there's something else that I did, but I just can't really think of it at the moment.
All right, news time.
I didn't even pull our notes up. I'm terrible. I started to. I just haven't opened them.
Update 45 base game
Are you
improvements.
prepared to die?
The release of Update 45 on live servers is coming soon, occurring March 10th for PC and Mac and March 26th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles. When it hits, players can enjoy a variety of improvements to the base game experience. There will be something for everyone, from new players just stepping into Tamriel to ESO veterans with an abundance of champion points. Check out some of the highlights below. A fresh start for starter zones, part of the ongoing commitment to keeping ESO as modern and welcoming to players as possible. Several zones have received a visual refresh to bring them up to more recent standards. Moving from the updates to the Wailing Prison in Update 44 to the 5 starter zones represented the very next step in the new player experience, explains Art Manager Morgan Goddard. Because these zones are smaller, we were able to build up the changes and release them together to make sure that all new players would have a first open zone experience closer in visual quality to our newly released zones, regardless of their choices in character creation. These zones,
Never should have come here!
Strassmakai, Betnik, and Canarthy's Roost have all received visual improvement and now benefit from the team's long experience. The changes are primarily a cosmetic facelift for many assets in the world, using newer parts and tricks we've learned over the years since the initial game launch. Things like ground and water textures, grasses and flowers, lighting, and some small prop replacements, says Principal World Builder Greg Barley. Certain locations have updated structures, such as the docks or shipwrecks on Canarthy's Roost. Saddle up for quality of life changes. In addition to the Starter Zone refresh, this base game patch also includes a host of changes and improvements to the overall experience. Improved base mount speed. Mounts now start out noticeably faster than they did previously, while still ending up around the same final speed for most. If you fully invest in all possible mount speed improvements, you may even end up getting slightly faster than before. Unlocking... It did? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you. I was turning up your volume.
Unlocking a mount is a big moment early in your adventuring career, and it should feel good, explains Senior Systems Designer Colin Lee. However, Lee notes that it hasn't always been the case. Oh. Hold on, please.
Can you hear us now? We just muted because she was reading.
We were being polite, yo.
Yeah, Toasty. He said, I didn't hear anything. Ruh-roh. Not even Gwen? Sounded as if she was muffled. Oh, maybe you just got really quiet, because I did have to turn you up quite a bit.
Okay. Never, are you here?
Yeah.
I'm here. You're here.
Yeah. Alright, that's all of us.
We're
Did you get
all here. Can you hear us? Go ahead and talk. Weird, Never and Gwen are really quiet.
Okay.
That might have to do with the fact that Gwen's running the stream. And usually
Oh, am I weird?
Crazy does, and your settings are probably adjusted differently.
Yeah, they probably are.
Okay. Pardon me. Excuse me. We're gonna just...
Man, these NPCs don't give you a break. They literally just... Come on, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. He says I can hear them now, but really softly. That's weird.
Yeah, it's the party chat settings on your end, Gwen, are we're probably just turned down for what we normally are.
Okay. Party chat. Art party.
Excuse me.
Alright, Never. Speak.
Rough. Meow. How was that? Was that better?
Search the peril. Huh. He said you're like barely there. Gwen, for you.
Well.
I did have to turn you way up.
Can you hear me now?
Whoa.
Oh, now you're...
Too loud?
Now
Better?
you're too loud.
Better? Better?
Better.
I'm picking up like background noise from that. Like a fan sounded like. Trying to remember if.
He said, nope, that was good.
Somebody has hearing problems. Alright.
Explains Senior Systems Designer Colin Lee. However, Lee notes that hasn't always been the case. Prior to Update 45, it was easy to sprint away from your first mount experience, feeling faster than the mount itself. With the changes in place, you'll find that mounts feel significantly more useful early in your journey, while keeping them feeling the same at the top end. If you've reached level 50, you'll also notice some changes to the way that the craft constellation works. In Update 45, the first thing you'll notice about craft or green tree is that you probably have some empty slots available now. You've taken most of the stars that were a chore to remember to slot and made them always active. This means that once you unlock a star like Meticulous Disassembly or Plentiful Harvest, you'll never have to worry about forgetting to swap your stars and missing out on rewards ever again. With these changes, the team hopes to make some previously overlooked stars more appealing. With so many previously slotted stars changed to always active, you'll also find that some stars that you might have passed over in the past are more exciting, since they're no longer competing against the best stars for slots. Update 45 also includes an effort from the UI team to make the continent map of Tamriel clearer and more usable. Clutter has been reduced, and zone names now appear on the map as you zoom in. I think the changes to Tamriel level of the map will get noticed pretty quickly, says lead UI designer Bobby Weir. Previously discovered way shrines could fill up the map to the point of making it difficult to navigate. We've changed it to show only one way shrine per zone at that higher level, so hopefully it won't feel like you're fighting with the map anymore when trying to use it. Many quests that featured a player disguise now grant that disguise as a permanent collectible among their completion rewards. No inventory space required. A large number of the available disguises have been converted for Update 45, and you'll unlock the new collectibles on your first post-patch login with any character who has completed a relevant quest. The power granted by a Mundus Stone is a crucial element of many character builds, so we've also taken steps to better convey its value to new players. There's now a reminder about the Mundus Stones among the level 10 level up rewards, clearer and more direct information in the Mundus Stone help entry, and a section for Mundus Stone boons in the character and inventory UI screens. Additionally, the Mundus Stone boon area of the screens now turns red if you reach level 20 without an active boon to remind you to acquire one. These are just some of the many changes and additions coming to ESO with Update 45. You can experience it all for yourself when the patch arrives on March 10th for PC, Mac, and March 26th for Xbox and PlayStation. Are you excited for the base game improvements coming to Tamriel? Let us know. So there you go.
All right.
I'm excited. Graphic updates are always great.
Yeah. They're really nice. They're making the areas look more what they call lived in or like, I don't know, full. I can't remember what they said, but
And I know the example there in the article with the ship, like the broken ship, it's a lot better looking. You don't necessarily notice. You might not necessarily notice it if you're just looking at the side on the left, playing through, but looking at it next to the other one makes that look bad. That's a very noticeable improvement. So hopefully they get around to doing all of the base game zones and not just the starter zones, but I'm sure they will at some point.
oh man. Yeah, I hope so. There has been some graphical updates, I think, just naturally to begin with over time. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just in general. Whoa, sorry, I'm dragging a body around accidentally because I forgot how to do this.
Accidentally. Sure.
Oh boy.
We know.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is wild. But yeah. So over time, there's just naturally been some graphical updates with the consoles and things anyway. So I'm excited to see what happens with these as we go. And that is the update 45 preview.
Very good. For those that are listening and not watching this live, we do apologize. Tonight was a bit of a mess getting started because of other issues. So apologies if we
I don't
seem
know
a
what
little
you're talking
out
about.
of sorts. Very distracted by other things. Lydia's done killed this guy about 3 times. He's an essential NPC apparently, so he doesn't actually die, but anyway.
Oh, such a good bodyguard.
I'm literally just sitting in a chair. I'm not doing anything, but I'm not supposed to be up here. And they came up here to run me off. And when they went to attack me, she said, nope, drew her sword and wasn't having it. So they haven't even gotten close to me.
Of course, the cat instigated it. He always does. Got it.
Yep.
I just wanted a quiet place to sit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Well, I think this is a golden opportunity for you to explain these pursuits to us.
See what you did there.
I'm proud of it.
All right, Golden Pursuits clash with your fellow players to unlock a new customized action. The Mayhem on the Battlefield Golden Pursuits campaign is now live and will run until March 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern. Engage in glorious PvP combat during this campaign period to earn a collection of awesome rewards, including a new customized action. Clashing in epic duels and competing in battleground matches are just a few of the Golden Pursuit activities available to complete during this campaign. Check out each milestone reward below and see how many in-game activities you must complete to unlock them. Complete 5 activities, you get 150,000 alliance points. Complete 10 activities, you get 15,000 Telvar stones. Complete 15 activities, you get the Mini Siege Mining Customized Action. That's a mouthful. There are 19 different PvP related activities in total for you to tackle, so feel free to take on whichever Golden Pursuit challenges excites you most. Don't forget, you can seize even greater rewards, including event tickets, collectibles, and more with the White Strikes Mayhem in-game PvP event. Now live until March 4th at 10 a.m. Eastern. Enjoy bonus rewards earned via glorious combat during the Mayhem on the Battlefield Golden Pursuits campaign. Want to learn more? Head over to the in-game group and activity finder. From there you can track progress, claim your rewards, and view all currently available campaign activities. For more info on Golden Pursuits, check out the guide linked in the article. And there you go.
Cool. I'm in the middle of a fight right now.
Have y'all previewed the little mining action there?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't previewed it, but I did hear that it's the EP RAM. What the heck?
Is
That's
it EP or does everyone get a different one?
Nope, it's EP. Everybody gets the same thing.
Like, does it even matter though? Does that just mean it has a dragon head? I've never seen an EP RAM.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think it just means it has a dragon head, basically.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I'm not 100% certain. Ooh. Sorry, I'm looking at all these things that these people have and trying to decide what, you know. to
It's
take them.
fine. I'm about to get sent on a go fetch quest.
Wow.
But
You
what's this about this weird lore that you wrote down for us this week? Like, what?
the weird lore this week.
Yeah.
It's not Snugpod's birthday. Snugpod's birthday was in January, like our, social's birthday. But it is the Lore Seeker's 7th birthday in 3 days.
This doesn't seem possible.
It is though.
I'm not gonna remember all these birthdays. That's way too many birthdays.
Yeah. So the guild will be 7 in on the 26th of February. So that's hard to believe.
It is
Hard
indeed.
to believe. But really cool at the same time that we've been around this long and been such a sort of staple, kind of within ESO, I guess you could say, like as a community. So I think that's really cool. I'm trying to get out of this friggin' cave so I can just go sit somewhere peaceful and not be trying to get eaten by a dragon every 2 seconds. Now there's spiders trying to eat me. Goodness.
Well, while you're enjoying being a murder hobo, where didn't the Dwemer go?
They're not in Skyrim.
Oh, they are in Skyrim. They are all
are.
over Skyrim.
They're everywhere.
They have touched every single surface.
You know what?
In the
Now that I say that, there is actually, if I remember correctly, a singular Dwemer in Skyrim.
Is there?
Just
yes.
one?
Yes. I forget. He might be in Markarth. It's been a very long time, but there's like one Dwemer. And I don't remember if it explains. I don't think he even knows what happened to the rest of them. But if I remember correctly, there is the one. I'll have to look that up now. But
Oh, I am
was
straight
like,
up
I
about
don't
to
even know what
run
you're talking
all
about.
over Markarth.
he's in like a.
Let me guess, he's in the Temple of Dibella.
No. There's a quest I think associated with him, but he's got like a research area. Like he's not just randomly like in a like a pub or something. He's got like a whole. I don't remember if it's a laboratory or what, but
Does it say like the last Dwemer's house? Oh, he's in. Yep, that's what I thought.
I haven't played Morrowind.
Not Skyrim.
I haven't played Morrowind.
I was right.
So, I don't know.
Oh, I quit after I got murked. Morrowind is not an easy game.
It is not. Lots to do there. After getting used to playing ESO in third person, playing Skyrim in first person feels incredibly weird.
You can play Skyrim in third person.
But how do I get there? How do I do it?
Click your right control stick.
Oh my gosh, wow!
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what's funny is the first time I ever played this game, I absolutely did not play it in third person, but now I'm just used to that and it feels weird. No, I do not want to enable survivor mode. Thank you very much. Gosh, okay, no more murder hobos. What do you
Yes.
think, Gwen? What are murder hobos?
I honestly wasn't sure if you guys read this without me or not.
We did not read these. Like, we didn't read your last week's ones. Is that what
Okay,
this
that's
was?
what this is, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, how does your character handle having a cold? Do they push through if they're having an expedition and risk the rest of the party? Do they go to a temple for healing? Can the common cold just be magica'd away? If it could, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Sign me up. Or do they curl up in a pile of plush Redguard pillows with Orsinium bone broth soup and read that stack of books they keep purchasing in archive? Or is there another way that you your character would handle getting over a cold? Let us know.
I think it depends on how severe the cold is. If I can like push through, my character I think would like continue to try and continue the quest, but also I wouldn't want to risk my party members. So if it was bad enough that I was too weak to fight, then I would probably rest. Or go to a temple for healing because I'm not a Magicka character, so I gotta get somebody else to help me out there. I think my wood elf would definitely curl up in some pillows and read a stack of books, and yeah, I would agree with all of that sentiment, I think.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, what?
All three of us are here. We can read the mail.
Yes! We can read the mail!
We just got a letter. We just
No.
got
We did not just get a letter. We
Wait,
had this
it's
letter
3 weeks
sitting
old?
around for a while, waiting to be read.
This letter is really old. Genova, Seth's gonna hate us. I'm just kidding. We are super awesome.
You know that rot meth was developed as the remedy for the common ailment? That sounds very wood elf of you.
Ooh.
At the same time, I would believe you. Take a chug of rot mouth like I did when I was told that apple cider vinegar killed all germs, and then I would believe you poisoned me.
How the heck do I put away my weapon? Can I do that in this game? I didn't
Square?
remember.
I'm gonna get a friend.
Yes! Wow.
Oh, and by the way, apparently I was wrong. It is not a Dwemer that I was thinking of. He's just a guy, I think, that studies
I
the
figured.
Dwemer.
I figured.
Yeah, anyway. There you go.
It was that Jagra.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well. Who wants to read the mail? What are we doing here?
You're reading the mail.
I'm reading the mail?
You're reading the mail.
Alright, I'll read the mail. I'm gonna find a nice little mountain peak here, and I'm just gonna hang out on top of it, and I'm just gonna see what happens here. Wow, this is terrifying, but also what a cool view that I found. Because now I'm not getting eaten by a dragon anymore. Okay. Our mail, we have a couple of them. One is from before Heart's Day, so apologies for that, Genova Seth, but we are friendly to it. It says, random question I was thinking about because of the holiday coming up for Heart's Day. With all the holiday event celebrations that we get each year, I was curious, what is your favorite, and why do you enjoy this holiday celebration the most? It says for a bonus, we could do an ESO holiday celebration tier list. But
Well, what is your favorite? Let's start there.
my favorite? Golly, that's kind of tricky. Probably a tie between New Life and maybe White Strakes? Are we counting White Strakes?
Yes? Why would you not count it? It's a holiday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I feel like I'm giving this question not enough thought. I feel like I need to pull up a list. Hold on. Let's pull up a list of holidays in Tamriel. Holidays. All right. Oh gosh, well these are a bunch of extra ones that we don't get in game.
You had 3 weeks to think about this, and you don't have an answer right off the top of your head?
Nope. I didn't actually think about it for the 3 weeks, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna say that this past year, I don't know that the holiday events for me personally are necessarily anything that gameplay wise I'm particularly into, but it's the exception I think this past year was the holojack, because they actually gave us like the whole new thing to go do. That was actually pretty cool. So I would say that event was probably my favorite this year.
Well, I took this to mean like just event in general, not like necessarily this year, because I would agree with you. If we were looking back at this past year, holojack was probably one of my favorites due to the fact that they added a lot of that new stuff in. But yeah. What about you, Gwen?
The zone events.
Oh,
like,
I didn't even think about counting those.
The Blackwood Festival, or Fall of Westweald, all the zone events, because those, I believe those have grown to be the superior events, because consistently, no matter what, they contain a nice amount of XP and a nice amount of loot. And there's enough stuff going on that you don't get bored or really burnt out.
Okay, so if we're talking that way and we're including those, then absolutely yes. My favorite would probably be the Blackwood event, and then the one that we just did for Westweald, because I agree with you. I just like going back to the zones and seeing them alive with a lot of people and things. I was thinking like your typical specified holidays that they run every year. But if we're talking like events like that, then absolutely I agree with you. I also really liked the High Isle event this last year.
I see those as a typical event they run every year, because it has grown to be a typical event they run every year. It just, the zone changes every year.
That's true. I'll agree with you on that one.
They've even started to have them around the same time every year. They're always in September.
Yep.
Or generally in the fall, yeah. So.
That's very true. Very true. There's a... Nope, I'm not going to say that. We'll save that for another time. I was going to say, you never know. They might come out with new ones, too. Okay. Let me get back to the next one after I'm done harvesting this mushroom here. Alright, next question in the notes is... Hi guys, Genovasef here. I don't know how into housing you are. That's primarily my focus at the moment in ESO and where I find the most fun. By the way, if you're in our Discord and you've not seen any of Genovasef's houses or not visited any of the houses and you're on PlayStation, get to it. Hop to it. They're incredible.
You forgot the holiday tier list. That was the bonus question. You forgot the holiday tier list.
Go for it.
Okay, so my holiday tier list is definitely what I said. That is the first one, the zone event ones. And then probably the Witches Fest. PvP events, the White Streaks. Because that is awesome. No matter what, always feel accomplished.
And you
always find something I haven't done before. And exactly, and we all remember PvP exists. Because PvP is only fun when everyone's doing it.
Yep. I love the camaraderie in PvP.
Witches Fest, just because it's Halloween every day of the year. And then, so the rest of this, pretty much everything after Witches Fest, pretty much after White Strikes. Witches Fest gets a bye because I love Witches Fest. It's just fun to run around and see all the decor and everything. It's a good time. But everything past that, not the best. We're going to say Zeal Zenithar, it tried and then it got nerfed. Jester's Fest, it's become just too repetitive with little little reward. And then I personally do not have an opinion on the actual like anniversary event every year, the Jubilee event, because I haven't been able to play for the past 3 years.
Oh.
That's the April Fool's joke on me, I guess. But then, yeah, that's my opinion on the tier list. What about you guys?
For me, it would probably be. I think Mayhem would probably be my favorite, just because I've always loved running Mayhem with our guild. It's probably the event that I feel like I've learned the most from over the years that we've had lore seekers, and not from like a lore perspective or anything, but just how to play the game, how to be a better player, how to do teamwork, mechanics of stuff, right? Like PvP can be really intimidating, but I think that when you get a good group together, it's really, really fun. So for me, I think White Strake's probably always tops the list, no matter how frustrating it gets. Like a great example is last night we had a bunch of us who were running around doing the city quests. And there was this poor player who they were the same color as one of the other groups that was there camping. And this poor person just kept getting raffle stomped because every time they would come up, somebody would kill them because they thought they were a camper in the town. And they finally whispered one of us and just said, "Hey, I'm literally just trying to do the Golden Pursuit." And I said, if you come up next time and you block near any lore seeker that's here, we will make sure that none of us kill you. And it was to the point that Peanut actually sent out a zone chat message that said, "Hey, there's this person in town. Their name is this. Please don't attack them. They're literally just trying to finish the Golden Pursuit." And all the people that were yellow managed to mostly avoid them, and they actually got done and then whispered me and said thank you, and tell Peanut thank you, because he was standing there with his Arcanist kind of watching people, making sure that nobody like went over and wrecked the person while they were trying to do some of their turn-ins. So I like that there's things like that happen, those moments of like the opposite alliances kind of working together, but not in the way that's the annoying way, you know? So I really liked White Strakes for that reason. And then I would say it's followed by the zone events, because I love going back to the zones, and I love it when they give us additional lore, like they've done the last few times, when they give those little extra lore tidbits or something new that ties into something old. I think it's really, really great. Out of all the ones that get recycled all the time, other than White Strakes, I would say probably New Life, and it's for nothing else other than the fact that I just love that time of year. And I think it's really fun and festive to watch other players, you know, sit down and pass out gifts to people at way shrines and things like that. So I think it's really, really fun. Again, the community camaraderie that comes with that event makes me really, really happy. So I like Witches Fest, but it's probably, honestly, unfortunately, at the bottom of my list, because there's just not a lot new other than this last year when we got the Hollowjack stuff. So actually, you know what? I'll say that I won't put it at the bottom. It'll be above Jester's Fest. I love Jester's Fest, but it's kind of like rinse and repeat at this point. Like, I need something new. I need something new to help me with that, to make it a little more interesting personally. So that's what I would say. I would probably say White Strakes, followed by the zone stuff, followed by Witches, followed by Jesters. I think. Final answer. What about you, Noah?
Okay.
I don't think I really have a tier list, to be honest. It probably just comes down to what event I actually get to do with you guys, as far as the actual activities themselves, especially the ones that get repeated. The Hollowjack was a nice change of pace, but the ones that just repeat every year, I do those for tickets, and then I'm done for the most part, because I've seen them all. So it's just usually for me, the one I enjoy the most is the one that I actually hop on and do things, go through and see some new stuff like the Holojack example. If I had to give a top 3 from this past year, Holojack I think would be 1. Didn't New Life have 1 or 2 new little things this year? Am I remembering that wrong?
They've brought in some of those, like, if you do this many quest things, then you get a little additional piece of, lore, or a little bit of something like that. So I think those have always been added or been fun. So yeah, I would say I think they did a few of those.
And then maybe, gosh, I can't remember if it was the Heil thing. There was one of those I tried to get on and do a little bit of. That was okay, but yeah. Gwen?
We need a Tales of Tribute event.
A tot event would be good. That would be good stuff. Gosh, I forgot. There was one other thing I was going to say just a second ago. Crown Esso just popped in the stream and said,
We know
wait
you
a
are.
minute. Yeah, we know you're in for a tot event, Peanut.
We know you like Tales of Tribute, Peanut. We know.
Something else that I like about the events is how they've been adding more and more decorations and stuff to them. I really, really enjoy that. Like, making the world look a little more lived in to me is great. So, there we go. That's our tier list. All right, back to the housing one. Are we ready to go back to that?
I think
Yes.
so.
Okay, let's start this one over since it's been a second. It says, I don't know how into housing you guys are, but that's my primary focus at the moment in ESO and where I find the most fun. I know a lot of the housing community has been asking for more house slots to be added, especially to the larger houses. Maybe an additional new category of house sizes as well. Another thing the housing community requests a lot is for furnishings to be deconstructible or have a bag for furnishings similar to the material bag attached to ESO+. The last thing I had is another housing related one. The house tours system that recently got added could actually use a huge update because it's very limited to what you can do. It'd be nice if people could add a description and or a screenshot to their house posts. Additionally, being able to track what houses you have visited would be nice, as well as having a guest book potentially could be a fun addition. And having an easier way to look up builds by a specific designer. I don't know how other people feel about the recommended list, but I also feel that it needs to be touched up. A lot of the time it feels like the recommended list is just another random list of houses. Other than that, I mean, it would be awesome if we could set our own spawn location in our houses, especially for those who are doing custom builds. I always appreciate the time you guys take out of your weeks to do podcasting and love the podcast. Thanks, Genova. Alright, so where do we start to unpack this one? Are you all there?
Yes.
I am here. I accidentally clicked the mute button.
I was like, are you all... I was like, is anyone there? Where do we start
You were
to unpack
reading,
this?
and Jinx was eating very loudly.
Oh, I got
Sorry.
you.
No, apparently all cats crunch when they eat, not just you.
Yes.
Let's start with housing furnishings. And capacities and how we see different ways to solve that.
I mean, I think that a furnishing bag would be a great asset, but I think it would be locked behind ESO Plus, more than likely, just like our craft bag, which some people might dig, and some people might not dig, and personally for me, I would not mind it being a portion of that. I know that that can be a stretch for some people, but for me, that would give me an additional reason to sub, to be honest, or like to continue to sub. So I would be okay with that. Yeah. deconstructing would be fantastic, but I just don't know what the logistics from a programming perspective would be like to have to like figure out how each of those furnishings that can be crafted by players, as well as, how they could be broken down. The hardest part to me from a development standpoint, and maybe it's not that hard to a dev, but just from someone on the outside looking in, would be we have purchasable furnishings, and then we have non-purchasable furnishings, and they would have to have a clear line as to which ones can be deconstructed and which ones can't. So that would be something that would have to be very carefully looked at, because if someone purchases something for crowns or things like that, you don't want it to accidentally be deconstructed, so it would need to be locked in some way.
So that already exists. It's to some extent the ability to do that. There are like jewelry pieces that are intended for research purposes only, and you cannot deconstruct them. When you try to, it just says this item can't be deconstructed, or maybe it's even just in the description. I don't remember. So they already have the ability to tag things to not be deconstructed. So I feel like that's a fairly easy thing to overcome. I think the simplest thing to do in terms of determining like resources would just be, because again, this already exists too, if I'm not mistaken, with the transmute system. If you transmute an item and break it down, I think you just get back everything. Not transmute, reconstruct. Whatever the term is. I think you get back everything that you used through that system, if I recall correctly. So whatever it takes to craft an item, just give you that back in return. And I feel like that would be an easy enough solution to that.
Yeah. Gwen?
Having the craft bag include an ESO plus for sure, if you were going to do that, like for the furnishing craft bag. Otherwise, I don't put too much thought into normally what could be done or what could change. More so, how am I going to handle this as a player now, and what I will do to solve the issue for myself. As someone who spent most of their time in ESO doing housing before I joined Lore Seekers. So where I'm right now sitting up, that is just focusing on, now that we have all these furnishings and building furnishings, it's more so sitting at the idea of take what we have and use it in a way that allows us to have different builds, like housing builds. It's more so like the tower that we are not sitting in right now, doing a fully changed, customized build to maximize a space that you normally wouldn't use.
So like an armory system for your house? Is that what you're saying? Like preset layouts for it?
No, I'm just saying that I don't expect anything to happen, and I look at the idea of everyone always says these houses are too big for the slots, so why not just make it smaller and then fill it?
Gotcha.
Because I don't expect anything to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't either, to be honest. Like when we were in Vegas, remember, they were discussing like housing will never get in, or will not, never say never, but you know, they talked about the increase of space and like getting more additional space and it being memory tied and, you know, lots of things with loading and whatnot. But I mean, I do agree with you. If the house is too big, just make it smaller, right? Like block off the areas you're not using, stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe an additional category wouldn't be that bad to have sort of a medium house, because it does feel like there's a pretty big gap. It does feel like there's a pretty big gap, I feel like, between certain homes and their size, even in the same sort of bracket there. But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel? I have not used it very much, but how do you all feel about the thing that they mentioned about the new housing tours system?
I haven't engaged with it personally.
A photo would be amazing. A photo should be required to be included, because you don't know what you're walking into otherwise, because like you're not given a description. You're given 3 keywords and a category and a title. 3 like category words and a title. And that's not enough to know if you want to walk in somewhere. People have to be very choosy about that, on what you're going to use for that. It definitely could use something else, because when you're scrolling through it, especially, and you see so many, like 40 different snug pods, well, the interiors of those 40 different snug pods are not all going to be the same.
Right.
And it just makes it so much easier, so you don't have to stare at 40 snug pods and read it, and just base it off 3 keywords and a short title.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like a photo should be required. Like, when you're going to publish it or list it, it should ask for you to just take a photo. Especially since this being created was clearly with console in mind, since there's already this sort of add-on thing on PC, since they didn't seem to care about it, and console definitely, both consoles have ways to take photos quite easily.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to think of the logistics of having to load thumbnails for each person's individual house in the system and how much storage they would have to have, because I wonder how much just a description versus like a photo of said description would make a difference.
don't be practical, let's be crazy here, come on.
I know. I do like the thought of a guest book. I think that would be great. Or like the ability to toggle a guest book would be great. Because we currently have the ability to keep people from entering homes. What if you also had the ability to, like, oh, you've signed the guest book for, like, if you're in the house for more than X amount of minutes. I think that would be cool.
Guest book is a necessity. Well, no, I guess I wouldn't say guest book is a necessity, but a way to see which houses you've already visited on the list is a necessity. Whether it's just putting a little star next to the ones you've seen or something, but there needs to be something there.
A little check mark would be nice.
Yep. A little check mark, a little star, a little circle, doesn't matter. Just some sort of little symbol to show that you have already visited it. Especially, once again, because we don't have those photos. So you can't exactly memorize. You're just scrolling through and you're seeing all of, once again, the same generic photo of a snug pod example. And how do you know that you haven't been in that snug pod yet?
Right. That's true.
Because that's you having to remember all these usernames. You have to remember all these other things. Whereas you could just go, oh, this has a star next to it. I've been there.
Yeah. I also feel like the looking up builds by specific designer would be nice. Like if you could hover over their name when you find them on a build and click on it or something, and it drops down a menu of like all of their builds. That would be great. You know, I know we've all been asking about how to look up guilds for years, so I feel like those things would have to come similar timing, because it would be a similar sort of system, right? Being able to type in a guild name or being able to type in a name of a specific designer.
Can't you search a specific username? House by username?
I don't know.
Well, I would say let's go check right now,
But we can't.
Yeah! Instead, we're gonna just burn down some cobwebs. Anyway.
So we'll have to report back on that one. We can check and see. Yeah. Check and see. Peanut, cough, 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 add-ons, cough, cough. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we're getting him eventually. Chill out.
Soon. What else do we have? Okay, this one I have no way of answering, so this isn't a Gwen question, unfortunately, but it's how, I don't know how other people feel about the recommended list, but I also feel that it needs to just be touched up, and a lot of the time it feels like the recommended list is just another random list of houses.
Well, a recommended list is based on who recommends it. If someone's recommended something, then it will be on a recommended list. Like how if you build a house and it gets put on a recommended list, you will be notified your house was put on a recommended list. And so yeah, it kind of can be random because it's just this is a recommended house. Anyone can recommend a house. So looking at a recommended list, it could be very random.
Is there a means to to sort like recommended based on?
I've never searched through the recommended.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I haven't really.
Like I'll search through the categories that are just like the regular categories, but I haven't like put the search categories on the recommended specifically. Normally, if it's recommended already, I'm just gonna browse through it because someone's already said it's kind of cool, so why not?
Yeah, just
This is true.
I could see the suggestion there or the question there was about how can it be touched up if it's not already there, then having the option to narrow recommendations based on like if I'm looking for a place to eat, if I'm looking for a place to take my wife out for like our upcoming anniversary, I might ask for recommendations for a steakhouse. Don't recommend Chinese food if I ask for a steakhouse, unless you're recommending a like hibachi grill or something like that maybe, but you don't recommend a pasta place if I want that kind of thing. So if somebody says for example, I'm looking for houses that are cozy places for a Khajiit to take a nap. I know that's long-winded. I know it wouldn't be that, but then just recommended for that particular type of house, like maybe as just a way, and that may already kind of exist because you can there's already categories and tags, right?
Yes, there are already categories and tags.
So I guess just applying the recommended into that, if it doesn't already do that, would probably be a good way to do it. It may already do that. Like I said, I haven't actually ever looked through those.
Yeah, I've
What's
never
next?
looked through them. Setting your own spawn location in your house if you're doing a custom build.
That would be a game changer. That would be an absolute game changer.
I think going back to what you said earlier, Gwen, about making places smaller and blocking things off, that would absolutely be a great feature, because if you wanted to like the island, for example, that we use for the guild, perhaps I wanted to have everybody only see the inside of one of the the indoor spaces, then I could just have you spawn in there and not allow you out. Create my own little Snugpod sized house within the island, essentially. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be a fun sort of thing.
And I think with some houses, again, like the island, being that there's just a big body of water there, there's lots of places that you could pull up, pull pull your little boat up to at a dock. In fact, there's already a dock built into that island, but that's not where you actually start at. So having the option to, get off of a ship there would be kind of neat. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Wow, does this... Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Autosaves, I guess?
Yes.
Yes, unlike Morrowind, Skyrim does autosave.
Wow, I did not know that.
You should
The more
still
you know.
manually save pretty frequently, though. Just in case it autosaves and then reloads after some goofy thing you didn't mean to happen. That way you can go back to a manual save that's not 4 hours back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But in the event you die, it's handy. Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness. Well, I think we got all the stuff there. Anything else you all see that I missed or anything like that?
No, I think we fairly well covered that. Genova Seth can let us know if we, didn't answer anything sufficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just very distracted by all the Skyrim. I'm Skyrim overloaded.
I know, me too. I completely forgot. It's like familiar, yet completely unfamiliar at the exact same time. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening right now in this thing, so. Wild.
I just wandered out of town because I got tired of Lydia killing the guy, and wandered out of town and noticed that, oh yeah, I have a house mod that I added in for just a little tree house that I could have gone and sat in this whole time and been alone.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Well, does that pretty much wrap it up? Do we have any other
Announcements. We have announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if the game decides to work tomorrow, we have fishing for things on Mondays with Moki at 8 p.m. Central or 9 p.m. Eastern. And chances are we're going to be fishing for completing those golden pursuits in Cyrodiil. I have a feeling that's what that's probably going to be. And then on Tuesdays, if the game decides to work, it will be quite treacherous indeed with Treacherous Tuesdays. And this is the Dungeon Delving Day where we will be grouping up. And for some reason, don't fear, but hopefully the game will be working on Friday, for we will be fearless on the Friday with our Theria Dragoon for the Undaunted quests.
Undaunted?
We are undaunted.
Undaunted?
Undaunted.
Aren't we undaunted?
We are so undaunted, we're not even in the
undaunted.
game. We're so undaunted, we're not in the game.
They thought that they would run us off by having the servers be down, but we were like, no, we ain't gonna be daunted like that. We're undaunted, so we'll just go to another part of Tamriel at another time. That's how undaunted we are.
We're time
And now we're
travelers.
quite daunted. We are quite disoriented in Skyrim.
I've like got my own game going. I'm watching the stream and what Gwen's doing over here.
And so you notice that I am in the middle of looting a chest while I talk to you guys. While I tell you guys the guild announcements. That way I don't mess up.
Nice.
So what about that? By the way, I was reminded that you should definitely release all of our Undaunteds as that album that you were talking about. I was just reminded that needs to happen.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
that's quite the undertaking at 120 episodes in.
Yeah, that would be a big big thing to nab then.
Yeah, you got a month. It's like 3 a day. Fine.
Sure.
When you put it that way. Just put them out. Just put them out as individual sound files for people. They can download them.
Oh my gosh, that would be so many.
No, it has to be an album, and we'll have cover art and everything. It will be gorgeous.
We're gonna put it on vinyl.
Yes. No.
You get the physical release. That would be fun.
That's silly.
That would be fun.
No, it has to be a cassette so people can listen to it in their car.
You don't have a vinyl player in your car?
Oh, well, I guess I'm not that cool.
I don't know that. I'm
Your
sure
weird
somebody.
Glimmer technology.
Right. I'm sure somebody did it. I don't know that was ever a OEM equipment, but 8 tracks.
SO says undented. Oh, silly. Well, there you go. That's our guild announcements for the week, right?
I think so.
What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I had flashbacks to last week. Because we're at that same part. So about where they can find us and listen and watch and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking how I'm not going to rub my eye on the mic again.
Oh no. Oh man.
Anyway, Genovaseth had some fun questions for us. If you also have questions for us, there's ways that you can get in contact with us and share said questions. One way would be to go through email, and you could do that at snugpodcast@gmail.com. Or you could find us over where?
You can find us on Twitter X at Snugpodcast. You can also email us, like Never said, snugpodcast@gmail.com. And if you don't want to do either of those things, you could catch a live show in a couple places. One of those places would be twitch.tv/snugpodcast, which is where you may or may not be watching and or listening to us play Elder Scrolls in the Wrong Era currently. And you can also search for us on YouTube and find us there. But how do they join if they think we're cool?
Well, they obviously think we're cool. Gwen, tell them how they can join.
Well, first you got to go to the 4th era, because that's where we are. No, you you want to go to loreseekers.club. This is a website that will take you, show you a fancy little link. Click that. Follow the application information in Discord, and then you can join us.
Yep, you sure can.
Cool beans. If let's see, you gave out the Twitch already and YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I did.
What about audio?
I didn't give out audio, no.
We didn't give out audio. Well, all right then. If you decide that you would prefer to take this in through ear only and not eye as well, then all you have to do is pull out your favorite podcast app and search Snug Podcast, and you can find us there and listen and subscribe and get all those kind of things and comment on episodes on Spotify. And so that's another way to reach out to us as well, is through the comments on Spotify. We get notifications for those things as well. So yeah. And one last time, we do apologize. I know it's felt a little disjointed, but anyway, it was fun hanging out and being in very, very different situations and where we're at in the game in Skyrim. So
let's game together, but not together at all.
Yeah, we just need that Skyrim multiplayer mod.
Yeah. Wild.
All right. Well, do either of you have anything else before we go?
It's bleak in here. Feels maybe like I'm following. Maybe a little burrowed in.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of rocky.
Wow.
I am in Bleak Falls Borough, if anyone is actually watching the screen.
Is it Bleak
Nice.
Falls or Bleak Rock? I was thinking it was Bleak Rock.
Falls.
Okay. What's Bleak Rock?
Bleak Rock is in
ES.
Sky ESO.
ESO.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Man, too many. It's too bleak. Too many bleaks. Bleak.
It's too bleak everywhere.
Too bleak. Too bleak or not too bleak?
That is the question.
Isn't it? Hey, I think we see somebody that needs to be banned.
Oh, hold on. Working on it.
It's okay, that's what the peanuts are for.
Hey, look at that. Bam. Got him.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, all right. It's been a fun, disorienting time to hang out, and hopefully you enjoyed your time with us, whether you were here live or if you're listening later. We do appreciate it. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, and hopefully you found it entertaining and just hopefully a bright spot in your day, something to look forward to. We will try to be back again next week, and hopefully we can actually be in the Snugpod where we belong. And until then, take care of yourself, take care of others, and be a decent person. We'll see you then.
Sleep well, Tamriel.
Bye.